Hello, welcome to another video from Avenue X looking at Chinese drama land in the past week. A few weeks ago, it was Youku, now it is Iqiyi. They are doing probably the last quarter big display of their arsenal during this week. So in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of to air from this point onwards to 2026 Iqiyi dramas. Before that though, we do have to talk about a couple of other things that are unrelated to Iqiyi dumping of trailers but are to do with other dramas ongoing. On the 25th, we've got a drama that airdropped on Iqiyi and Tencent, 围猎. English title is Hunting. And since we have so many Chinese dramas that has the hunting as its English title, it is extremely confusing. You just have to remember it's the 2025 one. And it is a kind of Guangdong region based. You can tell the characters, even their accents are all from there. Anti-drug drama. And I've watched the first 4 episodes that came out yesterday. It's a pretty watchable drama, and interestingly, the director is a very familiar face to me, Li Shaohong. Compared to other high-profile Chinese production companies, its heydays was in early 2000s, and now it's kind of phased out of the industry, so they barely put out new work. Quite a few years, maybe just one project or something, and then the director is also getting older, so people tend to not work as much when they get older. So I'm actually quite surprised about the fact that she's the director of this project. So far, based on the first 4 episodes, it's a very normal, kind of acceptable anti-drug drama. And this drama is led by Zhang Youhao, Wang Yang, Deng Enxi, and Yu Haoming. So if any of those people interest you, you can take a look at it. So I'll see if I would follow through. Right now, I cannot actually be sure. Then, at the end of September on the 30th, a 40 episodes, very typical Mingguo espionage drama that will go live on Iqiyi at the same time CCTV 8. It had a previous title called 暗夜深海, literally means dark night, deep ocean, deep sea. And then they changed the title before it airs, which is common in Chinese drama land. Now it's called 沉默的荣耀, which means silent honor. Whether I will find it interesting is highly dependent upon the plot, because the casting actually looks not bad. The drama is led by Yu Hewei, Wu Yue. Very solid 2 actors of a similar age range. It also features Wei Chen. He's a really weird, oddball kind of person who is professionally a singer and very good one, but somehow when he acts, he's like phenomenal. And it also features Zheng Li. That kind of very typical, just even looking at the poster, very common Chinese Republic of China setting espionage drama. If it's actually worth watching, I'll let people know. Then we have a few other dramas at different stages of production. I will quickly mention them before we jump into the Iqiyi pond. Last time, I think, when I made my video, I talked about Bai Yi Gongqing, Blade of Vengeance, the Gong Jun and Wang Yuwen led Ming Dynasty setting pair drama. And just after I said about it, they officially released posters. So before that, it was just talks, and then you have official poster. And like I said, I'm most excited about these actors who most of them I really like end up in a not low budget pair drama that's Ming Dynasty setting, which means a hell lot of very sexy costumes. Then we have 2 dramas that have wrapped during this week. The first one is called 模范健身房, and I haven't heard about it. This is a sitcom, which is rare these days. Barely any sitcoms gets made in China, so maybe that thing in itself is kind of worth a little bit attention. And English title is Model Gym, literally the direct translation of the Chinese title. It's a Youku drama, and clearly it's going to be a story about a gym. Gym is really interesting in China because there's a lot of urban legend and funny stories about this type of public space, where a lot of gym in China have those membership cards selling when they open, and you kind of pay a huge amount upfront, and then before you actually use off all your credits, the thing goes bankrupt and they disappear and all your money disappear. It's like a really common thing that happens to gyms in big cities. Hope this is not such a gym in our story. And this drama is led by Jin Shijia, Ma Boqian. I'm sold. I haven't seen Jin Shijia in the sitcom since that drama that made him famous in the first place. Thinking of now, years after, he's doing another sitcom. Then the other drama that has wrapped is another project I haven't heard about when they started shooting, and it looks very familiar by a different platform. So this is a Tencent drama. It is called 京城奇探. English title, Cases Between Us. 36 episodes. Why is it familiar? It's very much like My Roommate is a Detective. That was from Iqiyi. That was 36 episodes as well. That was a detective story set in Mingguo. This one is no longer in Shanghai. This one is in Beijing because it's Jingcheng. But it's two guys. It's 36 episodes. And just look at the title. It's like even more My Roommate is a Detective, okay? This time it becomes Cases Between Us. It's like one step from screaming BL, but we're not. We're just like normal, but then go figure. And if you look at the casting, 翟子路, Ma Sichao. Okay, now I have to watch it. I really like 翟子路, okay? And Ma Sichao is not too bad depending on what he's in. And just look at the poster and just like every vibe this drama is giving you just by looking at its material. It's like, they're gonna so BL it, but then not being a BL. I mean, if it's watchable, it's good case, and it has good chemistry. If it actually, you know, sells the ship well, I have no problem with it. But I don't know, I look at this, I just have the feeling, thinking about Zhang Yunlong and Hu Yitian's couple, and the whole 曾经沧海难为水，除却巫山不是云 feel. I have complicated feelings looking at this. So these are the things outside of the Iqiyi pile. Now we're gonna go into the Iqiyi pile. There were over 20 dramas that have thrown out trailers because some of them have already repeated quite a few times in the last couple of events with Iqiyi. I'm gonna omit them. We're gonna divide and conquer as I usually do, which is first, let's talk about period dramas, and then we're gonna talk about the contemporary dramas. Starting with period drama number 1, 云秀行. This is a weird period drama that had a lot of hiccups during its making, resulting in this drama never got publicly promoted until now, which means it's kind of all done. English title is The Legend of the Rosy Clouds, and it was actually based on, I think, a Japanese IP I've talked about years ago, 彩云国 or something, can't remember exactly, but it's led by Li Yitong and Zheng Shunxi, and then other people, including Deng Wei, including Wang Yilun, including Tian Jiarui, Dai Luwa. It's like it includes everybody who's been showing up in idol period dramas in the last couple of years, just like all in this one. Since we're talking about Li Yitong, let's just talk about her other project, which is also on Iqiyi, third installment of the IP, 狐妖小红娘, Fox Spirit Matchmaker. This specific one is Sword and Beloved, and it's the story between a 蜘蛛, I think a spider kind of spirit, which is the female lead, and then the male lead, who is basically the son of Zhang Yunlong and Liu Shishi's character in the bamboo leaf one that we've had that flopped really badly. And this one is led by Li Yitong and Cheng Yi, and they've put out a proper big trailer. If this one also flops, it just means Wang Yixu should really go to a temple and pray, because he's not having good luck. He kind of used up all his good luck with Fairy and Devil, and everything from that point on is like way down, and not climbing up at all. And then personally, I really have no specific kind of like hope for it. It's just another period fantasy drama. Moving on to the next one. This is also kind of a period because it's Mingguo, so it's Republic of China, it's not now. And this is the ongoing shooting. I'm not sure if they've finished. I don't think they have. If they have, then it must be really recent. But anyway, that is 这一秒过火 overdue. 张凌赫 and Wang Churan, 民国 setting, warlords and all that kind of like typical fantasy quotation mark, because it's really fantastical. It's not realistic at all of Mingguo, but people kind of dream of a Mingguo that never existed. It's that over-romanticized Mingguo drama with these two hot people, let's just put it that way. Very pretty people. They've released a trailer of this drama where it's pretty much completely filled with slow motion shot, pretty good lighting, very good costume, and you know, they look great. But the danger of this type of story is maybe it's just more of a show than the actual substance of the story, whether the chemistry can work, whether the writing is good enough, you know, you can't tell from that. You just know it's pretty looking, and it has a lot of high romance moment. Eye candy wise, this drama probably will score like 99. Other things, cannot say at this point. Waiting for it to happen, definitely next year. Jumping to the next one, big female lead drama. Like these days, if you hear big female lead period idol drama, who is the first actress who will come to your mind? Yang Zi, yes, it's her other work. Jia Ye, English title right now is just The Mo, which makes sense, because M-O, Mo in Chinese, is the character Mo, which is ink. So this is talking about Ming Dynasty, a family in Huizhou, China, that region, which is famous for producing very high quality Inkstone. And this is talking about her story of her family. It's like her family was famous for it and something happened to it. The whole family almost completely collapsed. And she, as a lady of the family, kind of picks it up and rebirths it. Very big female lead themed drama. And they've released the trailer. At least in the trailer, you see an extensive camera kind of like effort put into the process of making traditional Chinese ink. Intangible heritage, all that gets promoted along with the project. But let's say if at the core of the messages and the story writing, it's not a really good story and it's a fake female, big female lead kind of message, then it will still not be really good. We don't know until the drama shows up. Sorry for being very skeptical about those type of things, but we've seen too many of that, and I would just like always look at these type of stuff with a very doubtful angle. 40 episodes with her and Han Dongjun, in case you're wondering who's the male lead. Han Dongjun is, but who cares? With her dramas, she being the female lead is kind of the only important thing. Moving on to next one, Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, 3rd season. Rumor says November. This time with this whole releasing of Iqiyi trailers, they've put a new trailer that actually shows you a lot of the cases in the drama. This pretty much looks like, yeah, the same franchise, the same vibe and camera style you've had in the first 2 seasons. And as long as this one, which is 40 episodes, safely lands, we can say Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, this IP has achieved something that pretty much from 2010s to now, that's the only case we have in Chinese dramaland. Next, a pair drama that I totally didn't expect is one of the most anticipated drama after watching 2 hours of trailers to make this video. 成和体统. How dare you? It is a pair drama that is very much like a dream within a dream situation, with the leading character being a 穿越 person. Basically, female lead is Wang Chuyan, male lead is Cheng Lei. She is a contemporary person who ended up in a story and realizing she has to basically try everything to survive because she ends up in this court where she's constantly being basically ordered to get killed by the emperor or the king, and the king is Cheng Lei. And later it turns out Cheng Lei is also a 穿越 person, so he's not a really in-story person. So they team up, try to get out of it and kind of play through it. Pretty much similar to like a dream within dream or Eastern like fantasy, all those 穿越, whether into a book or into a manga or into a game kind of drama. Based on the trailer, it's like wildly fun. It feels a little bit like a dream within dream, where they're like, since we're already ridiculous, might as well just play it to the full. That attitude, that vibe, like not taking themselves too seriously, yet making it actually looking more interesting than other things. Vibe is in the trailer. And I totally didn't expect I'd see this kind of vibe from a drama that's led by Wang Chuyan and Cheng Lei. So just because of that, I'm like, okay, I'll remember this project. Whenever it comes out, I'll definitely watch it. Even if it's not as good as a dream within a dream, if it's like 60 to 70% like that, I'd be very happy. Next, another period drama from this package that I, based on the trailer, really want to watch. 云归喜事. Basically the second series of Tang Zhuan, which was a drama that happened a few years ago that was actually quite well received, a comedy, and it's 40 episodes, so pretty substantial, and it's led by Zhang Jianing and Zhang Yunlong. I believe I talked about it when they shot the drama. Now the trailer is out and the English title is The Whimsical Return. Based on the trailer, it seems to be a story where basically this guy is a 穿越 guy and he, at the end of the first story, kind of had to leave. And then in the second story, he comes back. But he comes back in a body where the female lead doesn't recognize him as who he is. So he has kind of to prove to her again that I am me. It's like inside this body is that person you know, but you think he's gone. First is original voice, no dubbing, thank heavens. And then second, high comedy. And the actors are acting, again, with a lot of energy. It's like, we're doing comedy, so let's just bring it on. It has that very strong bring it on energy. And come on, give me a really fun and make me really laugh and cry and go with the character period drama led by Zhang Yunlong. I need one, because he's been doing quite a few period dramas in the last couple of years, just like they never took flight. And I mean, this one looks hopeful. I have a good feeling about the trailer. I hope the actual work turns out to be even better. So these are what I selected as the ones I want to mention in this video, the period dramas. There are more, but we don't have all the time. And some of them are repetitive from previous things I've talked about. So moving on to the next package of contemporary dramas. Let's start with 尬戏. Yeah, it only has that name. It doesn't have an English name yet. Well, wait. It's a 30 episodes contemporary drama, but it has a significant chunk that's happening in Mingguo. So this is a contemporary setting of two people who play 剧本杀, which is the type of game that you can do like quite popular in the last couple of years in China, where you go to a place, it's all dressed up like a real set of something, and you play a character, you have a script to follow through. So that's that game. But in this drama, seems that setting is even better. They have like a whole city. It's like 影视城. It's like 横店. You go there, you literally become people of that time. You have your character name. You don't really talk to the other person as yourself, and you play that role in the game. So these two people meet in this kind of game, and the guy is an NPC, which is he's in the script. He probably got hired by the script company while they were doing that, and the girl is a customer. They managed to form some kind of relationship that also extends beyond that point, and they realize who they are like in real life, and then they also fall in love in that world. So they're kind of like running two parallel storyline at the same time. One is in story, one is out. And it's Chen Xingxu and Lu Yixiao. I think most people know that. Don't have a huge problem with it. It actually looks not bad. Then we have another project from Changxing Chuanmei, which produces Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. They have new trailer they've put out for the special series Ferryman 10th Anniversary, 灵魂摆渡10周年. So anybody who liked that IP years and years ago, original cast is back with a lot of more money. It has actually a lot of comments under its trailer because this was a really big IP back then. A lot of diehard cult fans almost. And the funny thing of all the comments, if you go and read under this post from this drama, is, oh my god, you have so much money now, I can't even believe it. Because the first drama, although people like it, they also recognize it's a poor drama, it doesn't have budget, everything looks really shabby. And then the 10 years anniversary one looks like, oh my god, CG, everything, sets, props, it looks like you're so much richer. And I guess that's a good thing. And for people who like this IP previously, long wait eventually turns out to be something worth waiting for. Then the contemporary drama called 生逢其时 literally means born at the right time, although it doesn't have an official English title yet. Contemporary drama led by Wang Ziqi and Guan Xiaotong, also featuring Liu Ling and Guo Tao, those old veteran great actors as the parents. This is the typical kind of two family live together, know each other very well. Their kids like grow up together from their school ages to high school to eventually going to university and then work. And it's that drama that covers the history of those two families. Very typical thing, kind of starting looking roughly like 90s, 80s, 90s, even till now. And then Wang Ziqi and Guan Xiaotong are gonna be playing, obviously, the son and the daughter of those families. The only special thing about this is she is playing a character who is albino. I don't think previously in Chinese dramas there really is a led by young kind of traffic popular actor drama where the lead is albino. Trailer doesn't look bad at all. Hope it actually turns out to be a really worth watching drama. Wang Ziqi and Guan Xiaotong are the young actors, I would say, given the right direction, right kind of script, can be really, really, really good. And it does feel like a proper drama, proper direction, proper script. I actually have a good feeling about this one too. I think it's gonna turn out to be, even if it's not explosively well done, it's gonna be a good enough drama. Next, definitely high profile, definitely explosive, definitely gonna be talked a lot about when it airs. 生命树 Born to be Alive. The 40 episodes Zheng Yangguang produced, probably one of the high budget dramas they've had in the last couple of years, the highest one, because of its topic, because of its casting. Hu Ge, Yang Zi, and all those famous and familiar Zheng Yangguang actors all come to this one, and they've released the first proper trailer. It definitely looks like properly done. Okay, it's like Zheng Yangguang cranked up to its maximum, having the best of best, which is the story about the natural reserve protected the Tibetan antelope, which is a very, very famous thing that happened for decades within China and had a lot of epic stories happening, and the war literally against poachers was a very big thing in China. Basically, the trailer looks killer. The topic is really unique, one of a kind. This drama looks like it means business, and I have no doubt when it actually airs, whenever that is, it's gonna get everyone's attention. Next, a drama that actually reads like one of the most typical Iqiyi 迷雾剧场 drama you can imagine, and I think I've mentioned it previously. 命悬一生 The Hunt. Again, a drama that with hunting hunt in its title that's confusing, so probably it should come out next year so that people doesn't like mix it up with this year's hunting. And it's led by Huang Xuan, Li Gengxi, Yin Fang, Bai Yufan. Based on the trailer they've released this week, it seems to be a on the run criminal kind of story. So Huang Xuan, Li Gengxi, and then Bai Yufan, I believe, these three people have done something in the story looking like to the character played by Yin Fang years ago, and resulting in them on the run. The second stage of the story, years later, something happens that makes them exposed, and they are under the threat of what they've done in the past being dug out. If you look at the trailer, everybody is like cranking on that actor gauge to maximum and explosive plot and emotions. The only thing I would worry about is if it's too long, and then also if it's too over the top, because it does have that like feel in the trailer where everybody is like 100% all the time. Then there are a couple of other dramas that are very similar, like anti-drug dramas or prosecutor dramas. When it comes to time, when they air, we can talk about them, but I think they're so similar and so repetitive in nature that I just don't want to spend all the time talking about each of them individually. I'm jumping across these ones and talking about one last thing that only released a poster, and its first ever proper poster, not saying anything, no trailer, no timing when it comes out, but come on, I can't wait. I've been waiting for this drama for more than 2 years. It's like too much. If it's 2026, it's 3 years and I'm running out of patience. So that is 球状闪电, the ball lightning, the sci-fi drama that's based on Liu Cixin's novel, talking about obviously ball lightning. And it's led by Tong Yao and Wang Anyu and many other people. And it's long finished making, years ago. And for whatever reason, it still hasn't aired. I hope it's not because it's too badly made that they were working in post-production trying to save it. If that's the case, that would be really sad because it's a pretty interesting story. And it's almost like a foundational story in Liu Cixin's novels because many of its characters and its setup actually bleeds into other IPs he's written. And obviously the fact that I have no problem of Wang Anyu leading this drama. Particularly after this year, that drama, and I'm like, yeah, he's just so suitable for contemporary dramas and a crying baby. Has anyone watched, in September, there's a release of an MV that he played the lead character in it, which is like a Korean MV, but it's sung by a Chinese singer who goes to Korea and, you know, that lady. So it's like two Chinese people in a Korean language music video. Anyway, anybody has watched that MV, you know what I mean, right? Like everyone watches that MV and is like, wow, he looks so good. He really looks so good when he cries. He's one of those rare young male Chinese actors. I'd be happy watching him cry 24/7. He's one, Zhai Zilu is one. When they cry, you really feel sad for them and you kind of go into their emotion. It's like one of those abilities these people have. Anyway, he's really good at crying. He cries a lot in this MV and I'm like, come on, make him cry more. And I'm like, make him cry in the sci-fi. That will make me happy. I know I'm weird, I'm a psycho, but hey, who cares? Anyway, that would wrap up today's Iqiyi trailers I want to mention that has happened like in the last 24 hours. All the things I've mentioned and a couple of more that I haven't mentioned, they're all likely to come out from this point onwards to, let's say, the end of 2026. So that is everything I can manage to cram into this video this week. Entertainment business has a lot of things going on right now in China, and we shall see when we get time. If we have time, we can talk about them one by one more specifically, but September is a crazy month for the world. Almost feeling stupid that I put time and energy into looking at Chinese drama land when outside of that, in the real world, so much shit is ongoing, unbelievable at its intensity and weirdness. The level of if you write it as a scriptwriter, everybody will laugh at you and saying you're a bad scriptwriter, you're making story up. In no way it happens. It happens every day, unfortunately, right now in the world. If this is the precursor of 2026, usually coming up in October, November, if you're in numerology, you know what it means. It's like October, November, December is the precursor preparation version of January, February, and March of the next year because of the energy and the numbers. If we're heading into that, like imagine October and everything onwards and then next year. I have a feeling that if you think 2025 is crazy, when you get to 2026, 2025 will look like unicorn and cotton candy. Wild ride, wild ride. What can we say, people? Stay alive is the best wishes I can give everyone. Okay, so that should be the end of this video. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.